Hey guys, SouthCack Syndicate Podcast here. On today's episode, we talk about side hustle so much in the past. Today is the story about a side hustle turned successful business. So stay tuned. We got Dylan Herring with thepaganizer.com.
Hey, this is Liz, and you're listening to the SouthCack Syndicate Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Jared here.
Kyle Voss.
What's up?
You're listening to the SouthCack Syndicate Podcast. Number one podcast in South Carolina.
I think number two. I think there's one in Columbia that might have us beat, which is a great podcast. We ought to grab them and put them on the show one day.
I think you can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter, right? Is there legal action against saying that you're the number one?
We'll call it number two because I know we're not number one, okay. But we're a tight. Right. It's a tight race there for sure.
It depends on what you're counting. Yeah. I didn't say views. I didn't say listens.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. So is this who was our last guest? We had
Matt Powell.
Oh, that was the last episode, and then we took off out of the country for a bit, and now we're back to normal recording schedule.
You know, Jared, at this point, if you've been listening long enough, he's a jet setter.
I like time. Time is my motivator. So free time means everything, and experiences. Like I instead of trading time for money, I trade time for experiences or money for experiences.
You trade money for time instead of time for money.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad commodity to be in. Time, you can't get it.
I think that's natural evolution, right? You try to make a bunch of money so you can have a bunch of time that you can then trade back, right? You trade.
You're right. I was thinking about this today. My buddy Matt Poss, who we've talked about before on the podcast, and he wrote a song called "I Want to Retire Till I'm 60 and Then Work Till I'm Dead." And I was thinking about that. It's just a parody, good song, but there's so much validity in that. If you had the choice. Like, let's do that life. Well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Except I don't plan on going back to work when I'm 60.
That's what you're doing. Not we're doing.
You could, though. It's all about choices. If it fits your lifestyle, I wouldn't recommend everybody do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I 100% agree with your philosophy and your... Sure. I just didn't trade enough time for money in the beginning to now trade money for time.
Oh, yeah.
You have done that.
I paid my dues, for sure.
Right. So... Not that I disagree. I just never, my bell curve is a little later than yours. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right. So today we've got a really interesting podcast going. We've got Dylan Herring. Hello, Dylan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good. So I'll let him fill it in, but I would call him serial entrepreneur. Right? Been working for yourself for a minute.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about his latest company called Hidden Defense and the impact of social media. Like, I think this is going to be a good episode. So, Dylan, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. How old are you? Where you from? Will you give me your background before Hidden Defense?
So my name is Dylan Herring, and I'm from Fairplay, South Carolina, where I was growing up, where I grew up.
Keep going.
And then met my wife in 8th grade, and we stayed together all the way until now. We got married. I got married when I was 20. And always just wanted to work for myself. So I'd work for a construction company, learned all the trades and found out that it was just a lot of hard work everywhere you turn.
You was making somebody else some money.
I was making somebody else some money, that's right. And I was just like, something's got to be easier. So after like 5 years of self-employment of just trying to figure it out, came up with I need to manufacture something. So
you need a side hustle.
Yeah.
We talk side hustles a lot.
Right.
And this is a prime example. We're about to hear the story.
Oh, no doubt.
Firsthand.
Right.
Of how a side hustle can turn into.
That's how Hidden Defense started, right?
Right. So it was definitely a side hustle. While I was doing construction jobs, I'd come home at night and study YouTube and watch videos and figure out what people were doing, what people were making, and then I found a product and I was like, let's make it better. So I was building these hidden compartment items, hidden compartment side tables, and I was like, we got to get a next step. I was like, I want to manufacture something. I was like, I can't manufacture this stuff. I need something I can ship, ship all the way around the world.
How are you making the side tables at this point?
So at this point, I was like full furniture shop, making side tables.
So you'd buy a side table that was already, an end table that was already built?
Mm-mm. No, so I'd go to Lowe's, I'd buy wood.
Okay.
and I would just, someone would send me a picture of something, and I would just recreate it just to a T.
Yeah.
And then, sell it to them. But it was just, you had to have so many tools. You had to have so much space, and you just had to know literally had to do everything to be able to take a picture.
So we're
and just
talking-
turn it into something.
Tool wise, we're talking what, like
So like planers, chop saws,
like a table saw.
like table saw,
Okay.
all the woodworking stuff.
Gotcha.
And I was like, this is just too much. Like, I was like, I want something that's easier, and so I bought a CNC machine. Then it's when it set in, I was like, all right, now I got to figure out how to make something on the CNC machine. So worked with that for like probably a year, just behind the scenes. Watched a lot of YouTube tutorials. Figured out how to make a part with the CNC machine, and then I had to figure out what material to use. Went through like 4 or 5 different materials. Found out that just using plywood was the best thing. That's what everything's made out of.
Yeah.
I started walking around stores, and I'm like, oh man, like everything is made out of plywood, and people are buying it. I was building custom furniture. I'm thinking, I got to build.
It's got to be hardwood or
it's
some
gotta be-
pine, solid.
Yeah, it's got to look good. And I just had to get myself away from that and realize, I want to manufacture something. I can't sit here and plane every board that I put on my CNC machine.
And I guess technically you could still do that if you had a customer that wanted, hey, I want this made out of walnut, or I want this made. Sure. You could still do that because all the stuff's the same, right? Maybe slower cutting speed or something, but.
Yep. So it would just be bringing back some of them tools like the planer and things like that to where you could take all the problems that wood has, like the curves and the knots and stuff. And with plywood, like it's engineered flat. Like it makes perfect parts. You don't have to do all these extra things. But yeah, if someone wanted it, like it's possible. It could happen.
See, I think
just take a really long time.
I think about Jared in this instance, and I get where you're going, and we're gonna really talk. We're gonna dive more into the process of scaling up and the manufacturing of it. But I see Jared as like a guy, like if he was gonna get one of your boxes, he'd be like, hey, I got this barnwood my grandpa used to have on his farm, but I want that. I want one of those, but I want it made out of this old barnwood.
Yeah. Right.
And he brings you these big chunks of whatever, and you'd have to literally sawmill them down. But and then you charge for that, right?
Upcharge for sure.
And
for sure.
And maybe that's something in the future. I know that you're awfully busy, so maybe that doesn't make sense right now.
Right. So definitely, maybe in the future, definitely scale it up bigger, offer different things.
Couple employees and.
So when you first started, there was a rumor that you actually started this in a bedroom of your house. Is that rumor true?
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I used to have a furniture shop, and I gave it all up to basically figure out how to make a product and manufacture something, because like I knew that manufacturing was like the key to money. Like you can make a lot of money manufacturing something. And but I didn't know how to, like, if I had designed something, I didn't know how to reach out to a manufacturer and be like, hey, can you make this for me? Like, this is not something I knew how to do. So I was like, I'm just going to be the manufacturer. So that's when I bought the CNC machine, and I put it in my spare bedroom at my house. It's like it's a 10 by 11 spare bedroom, and I had this thing nested in the corner.
Dust collector or anything?
Yeah. I had a pretty sweet dust collector hooked up to it.
Was that your wife standing there with a vacuum?
Following it around?
I know his wife.
I'm sure she wanted to be.
Yeah, she would not have. She couldn't wait for you to get out of that bedroom. I'm sure.
For sure. Yeah, and I didn't get out of the bedroom until basically I went through all the prototypes, figuring it out. This is probably like year and a half or so. And then it got to the point where I was pretty comfortable with the product. I'd figured out how to ship it. Like, shipping was a big thing I had to figure out. That was a lot of YouTube videos. And my goal was, I need this thing to go to California. We're in South Carolina. I need this thing to get to California for a decent price.
I think I know guns in California.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Maybe that's why they need a hidden.
Not shipping much there.
And so California is my actually biggest state that buys.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Me neither.
Yeah, California's pretty big.
Well, now hold on. Now let's back up, because I'm gonna give a little jab here. I kind of understand why.
Right.
The most, in California, you need a bunch of hidden defense, right?
And Myrtle Beach too, apparently.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but in South Carolina, you just have it on your nightstand
Or on your person. I don't know why I say that on your person, but on yourself.
Yeah. So we kind of skipped over it. You kind of were talking. It was probably my fault. You were talking about you were making end tables and kind of hand doing stuff, and then we jumped right into, manufacturing and shipping in California. What is it that you what's your main product that you've got now that is so popular?
All right, so my main product is called the Peganizer. All right, and so what it is it's a concealed compartment that is a coat hanger. So it's disguised as a coat hanger, and it organizes your guns with pegs. So that's where the peg gun-izer, so Peganizer came from. So it organizes your guns with pegs, and then we added a magnet to it, but we didn't throw that in the name. So, but so
Peg a magnet gun.
Peg Magnizer.
Yeah. So basically, the goal was to create something that a woman would love to have in her living room, but a man,
Or is okay with having it.
or is okay with, yes, but a man would totally spend the money to get it.
Yeah.
And so probably 90% of my customers are women buying them for their husbands to put in their living room.
Makes total sense.
And they personalize them, and it makes great gifts because you get you put a name on something, and it makes it worth spending that extra money.
Yeah. You know what's awesome? Before the podcast, we were talking a little bit, and his story reminds me so much of Beeve Brody and Tactical Baby Gear. Shout out.
Oh, sure.
Shout out to Beeve.
Yeah.
Because same deal. He started off just sewing, it was a deal where he had to carry a diaper bag, and he's like, I need a manly diaper bag. Couldn't find one. He's like, screw it, I'll make my own. Makes a diaper bag, right? That he wants to carry and just post it online. And it kind of goes viral, starts getting orders offline, and builds a whole company out of it. And now the majority of his buyers are females buying their husbands the Tactical Baby Gear bag, right? The dudes probably, I'm sure that dudes buy it too, but most of that's the women saying,
sure.
I want you to have it. He probably talked about it and then she buys it for him.
Right.
So anyway, go ahead. Sorry. I will interrupt you the entire podcast if you let me.
Not just you, though.
Yeah. Well, Jared,
Everybody.
Jared's used to it and he usually keeps me straight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, came up with a bunch of prototypes. Just kept trying to get it better and better and better. Then January 1st of this year, launched it on TikTok, and we sold like 75 in like the first 2 or 3 weeks. And that was great. We did not expect that.
You said what, a couple million views on?
Yes, we had the first video that ever went viral was 1.6 million views, and I didn't even have a website linked to the TikTok yet because I only had like 200 followers. And as soon as, I was getting orders before I actually uploaded the website because I typed in the website on the video, and people were leaving TikTok, going to their search bar, typing it in, and then placing their order. And so I was just super shocked when I'd had an order come in, like the first one. I was like, wow. They went off of TikTok, typed in, and I just never expected that. So then it was probably, 2 or 3 days later, like that follower count hit 1,000, which is TikTok's, limit. Like you got to have 1,000 before you can put a web link on it. And so as soon as I hit that follower amount, I put the website on it, and then orders just started coming in because people had a quick way to get
click
there.
over and get it done.
Yep.
From that first TikTok video that went to 1.6 million,
Right.
how long was it before you had your .com in place to order after that post?
So I already, so it was probably a couple days.
Okay,
I
so
already had the website. I already had, the whole website. I just needed to get that link on
Great.
TikTok.
So out of 1.6 million views, convert that into sales for us.
Okay, so that one, the 1.6 million views, that one, the TikTok was brand new. It didn't look like I was a real person, or it didn't look like I was a real company, like I'm inside my house. That one probably a total of like 75 sales.
Let me kind of preface this too and remind everybody that's listening or watching. This was not an ad.
That's right.
He was not posting an ad to sell these on TikTok.
Right.
This was just him showing off what he's doing. So when you're thinking conversion, this is 100% organic conversion. And not only that, like that, they literally went off TikTok, searched or looked at the link and went to it. They couldn't click nothing. They manually went there, looked through the site and purchased. Correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yep. And so the conversion rate, now, so the way TikTok works is they won't you won't actually get a viral video unless it's good. Like, that's the reason why TikTok's so addictive. Like, if they don't think that just because you have 100,000 followers, if you didn't create a good video that enough people are reacting with, then it's not going to get pushed. But if you and every now and then your followers will see it, and that helps it. But I've realized that we got 90,000 followers, and it just doesn't. You just got to spend a little bit of time and make that video a little bit cooler to where your followers still hit that like button.
Yeah.
Are you on any other social media, or are you just focusing on TikTok?
So I have other social media accounts, and I honestly don't do anything with them because TikTok has just hammered me so hard that
he's in scale mode right now.
Yeah, I'm
because we were literally just talking about this. Mm-hmm. I said, listen, you should be saving every TikTok you make to then repost on Instagram when you're ready for more customers.
Right.
The same thing is going to happen over there too. Right, you put it on Reels. I mean, those things are pushed out.
So you really don't have any customer acquisition cost,
No.
but your time of making the video.
100% organic.
You're not sponsoring ads. This is just, hey, this is what I do in my bedroom. Set the camera up and just boom, boom, boom. We've got actually another camera behind us for to post some of the clips off the podcast on his TikTok. What's up, TikTok?
Yep.
I don't have a ticker talker thingy.
You should get one.
No, I have enough platforms.
The thing that's awesome is that for you and I, the thing that's awesome is that Instagram wants to compete with TikTok.
Right.
And YouTube wants to compete with TikTok. So when they created Reels and Shorts, they basically made them the way the algorithm works, they tried to copy it very similarly because they knew that it worked for that, right? And so stuff can go viral very easily on both of those as well. They push that stuff out. So, I mean, you'd almost see, and I would guess they'll tweak it a little bit to their own advantage, but you would probably see the same success on those as well.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely like to try and get into it. I just haven't had the time. Like, it's just me, and I do have 2 friends that help me, and then my sister-in-law, she does some of the design work for me just when we have some viral videos, because the amount of emails that come in of people that want custom items is just crazy. And so trying to convert them over as quick as possible so we get the sale.
The good thing for you on the marketing side is the work's done because you already made the video.
Right.
It's just getting it posted. Now, the work that comes in from the post is another story.
Right.
But I bet you saw a lead time go from like, I can make yours tomorrow to I'm 10 weeks out or something like that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I jumped it really fast because I had like 100 orders come in.
You were not prepared whatsoever for what happened.
At all. No.
You know what's awesome, though? You, me, everybody, they wish that they had that.
You doggone right.
Like,
That's
you
exactly
want that.
right. Everybody wants to be 10 weeks out.
Listen, when you fire up your website and all of a sudden it's like, da-ding, 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 that's what you want.
I put the actual money, cha-ching.
Yeah.
So every time somebody puts in an order, a SouthCack order, like we know, we celebrate that.
Oh, yeah.
For you, you're probably going, oh my God, what's happened?
Every online business meeting you've ever done, we launched the website and we just sit there and nothing happens.
Right.
And then we're having like manually like...
Hey, you going to order something?
Yeah.
We want to hear what it sounds like. So talk us through I'll call it a brain phase, when you wake up the next morning and there's 50 orders. Like, was this a shock?
Yeah, so I actually didn't go to sleep when all the orders were coming in because it was pretty cool.
I'm staying up.
Yes.
But I was just
That's when you put it on the screen and you see them live.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy. You can get on the Shopify website, like the website builder that I use, and the whole like United States just lights up with all these dots where you got like 500 or 600 people in your website, like at one point. And it just fluctuates up and down. And you can tell when the TikTok video is going viral and when it's like starting to slow down. And you can even tell if like TikTok don't like it because it's got guns in it and they jerk it straight off because then all the people that's in your website is just gone.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because I remember a video going up of a real gun and TikTok pulled it. And then the next video I saw up had like a blue plastic gun.
Yeah.
Right.
So you had to make it looks like a gun to show off the functionality of your product. But it couldn't look like it had to be like bright pink
So
or
funny.
blue or something like
I
that.
seen somebody post something today, and it was like, it's weird that something that's legal, it's legal to have, it's legal to own, it's legal to post, is illegal to have on certain platforms, right?
Right.
Like they were making this thing about, and then they were talking about things that are illegal that are then posted on the same platforms.
That's right. You can buy illegal drugs on Instagram today.
And you would know.
I mean, anybody would know, right? It's just
I didn't know that.
I mean, I heard that in a movie. I think. So tell us. I'm just saying, to your point, it doesn't have to be legality. It's got to be a CEO decision or
I'm talking about more of like
guideline of we don't want that. We don't believe in that.
I'm talking more along the lines of everybody's seen it. You're scrolling on one of these platforms and you see like some dude like getting beat down on the streets of L.A. or New York or wherever. That's illegal. Like he's breaking the law, but yet that flourishes.
It builds views.
He doesn't blur out a firearm, and it's not even about the firearm.
Right.
And they take him down.
That's right.
Right.
Like something's wrong here.
And TikTok, let's have a conversation.
It's not just TikTok. It's all of them.
Hey, social media, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
No, I get it. So you went from a 10-week lead time to catching up.
Yeah, so right now I'm still catching up because when all them orders came in, basically we had a video get 2.6 million views, and at that point I'd already developed an actual TikTok account where I was like, okay, these people literally placed an order and they just saw me standing in my living room. I was like, now I got to go to the next step. I was like, I got to tie into their heartstrings and
create some good content.
Yeah. So I started creating stuff. I let my son be in a video. I let him create his own box. So that way it was like, okay, the customers can see, if they email me, they can get literally whatever they want.
How easy it is, process.
Right. Because I let my son, he's 5. And I let him go on Google Images and tell me what he wanted. And we put it into a box and I let him build the whole box. And with TikTok, you got to do quick scenes, really fast. So I had this whole heartstrings attached video. And I pinned it so that way whenever anyone came to my profile,
smart man,
they saw it and they saw I was a family guy. I got my kid and I'm teaching him how to work, whatnot. So they can see that video. Then I did another pinned video that was basically the product, just showing it off, and it's not even mounted on the wall. I'm just outside of my carport unboxing it without a box, pretty much. And then you get to pin 3 videos. So then the third video, I was like, all right, we got to tell the whole story. We got to get to these women that are buying these boxes.
Yeah.
And so I did a story and it went viral. It only went 170,000 views. But it was too long. It was too long. I started learning stuff, and there's definitely some things that I could change about it. But right now it's working, so I haven't touched it.
Well, like you said though, it's not about the views on that one. It's about that's almost the bottom of the funnel.
Is it a fluke? I don't mean this word in a negative way. Is it a fluke that he went viral, or was there a thought process on I'm gonna make a viral video?
No.
When you posted that video, did you go, I'm going to clear $100,000 off this video?
No, I didn't. But I wanted to.
But that doesn't mean
it's back in my head.
That doesn't mean it's a fluke, though, right? Because I get what you're saying. In his eyes, it wasn't meant to. He didn't mean to do that. But what happens is that there's none of that kind of content, right? There's very little of that kind of content in TikTok. So when somebody sees it, that is into that kind of stuff, they gravitate towards it.
Oh, for sure.
I would be one of those guys.
It had guns. It had real guns.
I would have instantly started checking it out, looking at different stuff,
So on your sleepless night, as you're watching the United States light up and maybe somewhere across the pond light up.
Right, every now and then.
And the orders are coming in, you're so excited. You're probably not building boxes. You're just watching it all happen.
Yep.
Then you posted another video right behind it?
No, I didn't. Nope.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I was going to say, most people would just go,
got to work.
What happened?
Right. Yeah.
But you didn't wait too long before you put out another viral video that blew that one out of the water, right?
No, so what happened after that one was basically TikTok took the video down, and because it had real guns in it. So I was like, all right, what do I do now? I got 13,000 followers off that one video and not really having anything other than just that video. So the goal was figure out, how to get that video back on there without the guns. And so I tried for so I built everybody's order, of course, I had to get that knocked out. And then I come back to, all right, let's make some videos. And then I couldn't get anything to go viral because I went ahead and took the guns out. Just nothing. So there was 2 months that I was just trying to figure it out. And I'm new to all this. And nobody will push a video like they do if you have a Nerf gun in a gun box, like they will a real gun. It's just, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I
know exactly why.
Yeah, I wouldn't hit if I saw a Nerf gun and not a real gun. And so nothing got pushed. Well, it was getting down to where it's all right, I've spent all this money, I bought all this product. I was like, I got to figure something out. Or I'm going to have to do something else. And I was like, but I don't want to fail. So I just kept trying and kept making videos. And then I learned how to blur out stuff on the video. I was like, what happened was I was watching TikTok and I watched a video that had 2 million likes, which means it probably had 10 million views. Mm-hmm. And it was a guy holding a gun and pointing it at somebody, but it was blurred out. I was like,
That's the key to success.
That's it. I was like, we got, so now I'm over here on YouTube, how to blur out.
I actually think it made it better. We were talking about this just a little bit before the podcast, but he was telling me that he posted some videos with the blurred. I think that people actually want to see what was blurred and they go to the website to check it out.
For sure. Yeah, that one got 2 points. So once I finally figured it out and I was at the point of like, okay, spent all this money, like dumped it all back into the company to make these boxes faster. And to get a little bit more setups like outside, I'm still in the spare bedroom with the machine, but I was like, I got to do a little bit, I got to figure something out to be able to build, 75 of these at a time. And so I had to start building racks with the CNC machine and all this stuff. And I was just like, I'm going to post a video and I'm going to do a giveaway. So I did a giveaway and I blurred out the guns at the same time, and it's like 2.6 million views or something like that. And so that was the ticket to get back in the game, where it sold like $52,000 in 2 days. And
that's awesome.
That's a hell of a side hustle, my friend. Congrats.
Yeah, I know. Where's my clap button?
Congratulations.
So basically, I took every bit of profit of that video and dumped it back into the company. Bought a building. I was actually going to build a building. And then that video hit, and I was like, "Yep, we're gonna buy one now. Like we don't have time."
There we go.
So we
not hungry no more either.
That's right. So ordered a building, called up some friends, and was able to get a custom built storage building in 12 days, delivered to my house, and put it on the property, and bought 2 more CNC machines, and then transferred the one from the spare bedroom into there. So now I got this whole little 500 square foot facility with 3 machines in it, a shipping department, a whole wall that's dedicated to drying boxes.
See, I think I want to dig into that side of it. Maybe after the break, I want to dig into that side. Like we talk about social media side and how you grew, and we can continue to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I want to get into like the growing of a. He didn't know what he was in for.
No. And most people look. I'm sure most people would have sold $52,000 in 2 days, and they might still be working on those boxes. They'd be dining and whining and blowing that money quick. He took the money.
We're 12 months out.
Processed the orders and reinvested and built another building.
Yeah,
like that's the smartest thing ever. And then the next 52 that comes in is just gravy. Right.
I can't imagine. Smart. I mean, scaling a business is tough anyway. Mm-hmm. Scaling a business you didn't know you had.
It that quick.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You didn't know it was a business until.
No, and I'm going to tell you what. I bet your Christmas this year is going to be banging because your wife is like, he's out of my bedroom. Right. Thank goodness. Right. Like he's got his own building. I don't have to vacuum the kitchen.
Right. That's definitely nice right now.
Oh, is she here?
Yeah, because she is here. Because I was going just as crazy as she was, because she'd literally come back behind me with a broom. I'm like, listen, I clean up at the end of the day. It's not that bad. I was like, the majority gets sucked up in a vacuum.
Yeah.
You know what Megan, my wife would have been doing? She'd been like, you need to work faster. Money's still coming in. Hurry up.
I tried to tell my wife that, but she's just like, get out of my house.
Get out of my house. Build a building. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more with Dylan here about hidden defense. Check it out.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. When it comes to your auto and home insurance needs, make things simple and trust your Allstate experts. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your auto and home. Bundling saves money, sure, but it also saves you time. So you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact Clemson Allstate agent Shane Smith at 864-654-1047 today for a free personalized insurance proposal. Allstate, are you in good hands?
And we're back with Dylan Herring from Hidden Defense LLC. You can check him out at
www.paganizer.com.
Paganizer. Actually, Paganizer would be the name of the company? Or Hidden Defense is the name of the company?
Hidden Defense LLC is the name of the company. Paganizer is the product.
You need to go ahead and tie up the hiddendefense.com.
Before this goes live.
Before tomorrow morning. Hold on, I'll tie it up right quick.
I already have it.
There you go.
I have hiddendefensellc.com.
So Paganizer.com. And check him out. And you can custom build. We bought 3 last Christmas for the families. So if you got a last name, you can do a great script on the front. So we bought a handful for the McPhail families.
What's the different sizes you offer?
So the prototypes, I had a bunch of different sizes because I was new to it all and trying to figure it out. Then I found out that it was just way too big. I was doing them for bigger guns, like AR pistols type stuff.
Yeah, which is what I'd want.
Right. And so I had the prototypes, made all the prototypes, and then I found out that it was like $150 to ship it across America, and I wanted to have my product be free shipping, and I didn't want it to be a crazy price. And so
good call.
I was like, we just got to eliminate it, drop the size down. So then I ended up getting online and going to a shipping calculator, and I started putting in different box sizes until I found a box size that could get from South Carolina to California for like a cheap price. Well, I ended up coming up with a 4-inch deep, 26-inch long, and 16-inch wide box, and it could go all the way to California.
Is that a if it fits it ships box, or is that a
no?
Oh,
it's by weight, but it's a box that's not by dimensional weight. So I found out that dimensional weight would just skyrocket the price to ship something. And then if you got into a box size that was just by its weight, then you could get it shipped pretty much anywhere really cheap. Yeah. So my product, it is 10 pounds, and it'll ship all the way to California for $22. And so worst case scenario, I've found that I've had one ship that was like $28, and it was to Texas. I don't know why, but it was like $28, $28. And but the majority of them are around $22 or $15 to ship. And the big thing was just figure out what size the product needed to be to where I could ship it cheap and just maximize the profits. So back to answer your question, I have one size box, and it's a lot easier to design all these people's custom requests if you're only designing it on one size.
I mean, you need to get together because I've got some ideas for you.
I got you.
There are places where you can ship like a pallet,
right?
And they'll house it for you and ship it out of their warehouse.
Right.
I got a girl in St. Louis that does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
So, and a whole pallet only costs you like $300.
Right.
Now, that being said, I know you're too busy right now to like make a whole pallet worth of
Well, the
product.
problem is he's 100%
not custom,
custom.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, and custom's definitely, there's a market for custom, but
You could do a pallet full of the Smiths.
Right. I do have a lot of people that just buy a plain American flag. They don't put any name on it or nothing, and they're all the same price because the only difference to me is I type in someone's name and then I tell the CNC machine to cut it.
Yeah.
So it changes like 2 or 3 minutes, but it's just a lot easier. Just keep everything the same price across the whole board, and then it helps me out when I want to do sales and stuff like that. And then on my website,
let me ask you this: Are you capturing email addresses and stuff for your customers?
Yeah, so I got I don't know. Last time I checked, there was like 12 or 15,000 customers.
Okay, you need to hang on to every single one of those.
Well, the next question would be, how many are you selling to an existing customer? Are you reselling them another box and another box and another box?
Yes. So basically, the customer gets it, and then the return rate to the website is pretty high. They get it on the days that I ship out, like 50 of them. And just swamp the UPS store. Like 2 or 3 days later, I'll get an email back like, "This is awesome. My mom's buying one for my father-in-law or whatnot." And
it's awesome.
So
see, I think there's a whole
domino effect.
I think there's a whole business in there of ancillary items for you.
This is the ultimate side hustle success story ever.
Right, and he's just getting started. Like my brain's going crazy right now, thinking like your whole email list. Like you could literally come out with tomorrow, like. You could offer
another product.
You could offer magnet
that bolts onto the existing box,
or just magnet pops on. Mm-hmm. Like it could change that thing seasonally for the wives,
right?
Mm-hmm. And the
I've
lid.
been trying to figure that one out.
He fit the ultimate market. It satisfies the guys to hold the guns. Yeah. Satisfies the wives
hide the guns.
It's farmhouse chic,
hides
right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that's what I'm saying. You like when you come up and obviously you don't have to. When you come up with those ancillary items, though, you want that email list. So make sure you capture that, keep it, hold it tight, because one day you're going to create a product that's going to go with these, that everybody already has one that's going to go perfect. You can be like, new product release, and you can send it out to 20,000 people or whoever.
Right. And the platform you're using, I'm very familiar with it. They offer a great tool for that right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it don't take long. You make a generic email that sends to every one of them in like 2 minutes. And they even have they have the outline that you follow, and they even bring the pictures from your website of your top seller.
Pull it
and then
in,
you
yeah.
basically just hit send.
All right, so let's this is kind of we talked off podcast at the break, and we were like, man, where do we need to go with this? Because we want to bring value to those that are listening and watching. And I feel like, most people, they kind of get the social part. They understand how things can go viral and you can start businesses, right? Like you kind of understood that before it happened.
Right.
You probably didn't think it was going to happen.
Right.
But you kind of understood that. I think what most people don't understand or have a hard time grasping is like, okay, once that viral video goes viral and now you have a business that you didn't know you had, how do you scale from there? And everything's going to be different. Every circumstance is going to be a different play, right? So I want to kind of talk about the way you scaled, some of the things you struggle with in the process, because you just don't know what to do, and there's nowhere to find those answers usually.
Right. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right, would you?
Go ahead.
No, I'm with you, right? So, he scaled without, I would imagine, a mentor, somebody in your corner. You got your family support, which is first and foremost very important, right? But you were filling orders at that point,
Right.
But somehow your brain knew, let's not spend the money, let's reinvest the money.
Right.
So what's next? You'll close out your first year well over that 6-digit mark,
Right. Yeah.
and profit.
Right.
That's it. It's insane. So, what are your plans for? We'll call what you've done phase 1. What does phase 2 look like? Most importantly, what does your exit strategy look like?
Do you even have one?
No.
He just get started. He ain't gonna exit yet.
So I have some mentors, but they're like for the construction world, because the manufacturing world, like I knew nothing about. So it's like I reached out to Jared one time. We went and had lunch. I was like, dude, I have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, good call on you though. Good call that most people wouldn't even go look. So maybe that's the first nugget is that hey, if you're in this circumstance, if you created a business you didn't know you was gonna have,
Right.
go find people.
Oh yeah, a mentor is life's cheat code.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to.
Whoa, stop. Say that one more time.
A mentor is life's cheat code.
I agree with that 100%.
That's a gold nugget right here, 100%.
Right.
We do not know it all by ourselves.
No, we don't know it all with other people.
No, that's right. So what does phase 2 look like?
All right. So basically.
I love it, dude. You can't make a mistake in this room. What's up?
All right. So basically, phase 1, go viral and figure out how to make everybody's order. Phase 2 is now we are inside of a building. We're just now learning how everything's working. We're learning how to maximize, everything. Like I said, it's only 500 square feet. I couldn't buy a storage building much bigger. And so everything has a jig. Everything's quick. If it wasn't quick or it had a problem, we just eliminate it, and it's not an option anymore. So basically, the key is just being extremely efficient. But phase 2 will basically be figuring out how to maximize that space that we have, and then just know how many orders we can take per week, per month, and I've already spent all the money to build this whole facility.
Sure.
So I don't really have to spend the money again, which is great because, like I said, literally spent every ounce of profit on this company. And like year to date, we have like $170,000 into it. And
yeah. So I guess my question now is, are you cool with just like, now that everything's paid for, right? You've built it.
Right.
You understand the game now.
Yes.
Are you cool with just like coasting this out as long as it'll go? Or what I know is going through Jared's mind, it's like ramping up, more products, more people, bigger building.
Ancillary.
Right.
Yeah. He just making it a tactical baby gear, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
So, and either answer is correct.
So
Don't let us pressure you on that.
At the end of the day, look, I want to preface it. It's your company.
Yeah.
It's not our company.
Yeah.
We're just curious where your head is thinking.
So from the get-go, because it's a personalized company, I would always look to bigger companies to figure out, like, I want to be like this or I want to be like that. Well, I've used Vistaprint before for business cards. So I'm like, all right, I can make my own business card. I can, pay for it, and I get it in 2 weeks. So my goal was to be, all right, this person can make their own paganizer and
Have that built into the website.
Have it built into the website. That's almost what the website is. They just can't upload their own digital rendering.
Gotcha.
I have to do that. But they can personalize any of the design on the website with their name. So they get to see what it is. So the goal is to be to where you place your order and you get your product in like the next week. But that just means that I would need a bigger building, a bigger space, a lot bigger overhead. Right now, I literally have zero overhead because I got a power bill and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like $100 a month to run 3 CNC machines.
You can write that off, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
So I mean, is that what you want though? You would love for it to be the next level.
So I would. Right now, since I just went through so much in
You're
the
like-
past 7 months,
you're like,
I'm
no.
cool with where I'm at.
Yeah, you're like, no.
I've spent so much. I've spent more money this 7 months than I have in my entire life, and so I'm pretty comfortable right now.
It's a startup company, 7 months old.
Yeah.
170 in a bite.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah. We added it up like 2 weeks ago.
Insane.
Yeah, but we still got some profit inside of it, but we got like 130 boxes that are on our list that we got to build. Some of that money, of course, is inventory to build more boxes because you have to start buying in bulk. That was a challenge in its own. Figuring out how to buy 1,000 pistons at a time.
Yeah.
And get them to your house like in a timely manner so you could fulfill all these orders. Just so many things.
So this is what I'll kind of say. This is my 2 cents on this at this point in the thing is for those that are listening, watching, if you are in this position, you have 2 options. You have option A, which is what he's doing. Probably what I would do because I'm kind of like close to the vest, cheap, you can kind of coast it out. The other option is you can go take some money, find some investors, right? And in a perfect world, that investor is also somebody who's very knowledgeable in that space. So they're giving you money and knowledge, and you scale it really quick, right? Because it'd be in the where you're at right now, it'd be really easy for you to take in some investor money.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because you could show, hey, we're making money.
You making an offer?
We got sell. I mean, if he's interested,
make an
I
offer.
don't see that he's interested. But I'm just saying, like that's kind of what made me think about this. Is you could sell a portion of the company for capital to then build the building, to grow the business, to do the things, do the ads, and that person, if you find the right person, could also then, if they ran a business that did that, they could also give you the knowledge to be like, yes, this is going to go crazy.
Right. So what I would want to do is take that person and take them out to lunch and be my mentor. And then I'm going to post a video on TikTok and get another $50,000 and then there's the money. And then I'm going to slowly grow it without anybody else's money and just own the whole thing.
It just sounds
Yeah,
like you got it figured out.
that's my point. Now I will tell you this. I will tell you that is the point I'm trying to make. You could grow this yourself.
Right.
Now that person that you took to lunch though,
Right.
what if he could have made you $50 million?
Oh, yeah, it's
And
definitely
you
possible.
didn't take him, and you made 50,000.
Right.
Like that's the difference.
That's different. But then I'd have to work a lot harder and have a lot more.
Not
headaches.
necessarily. Not necessarily.
If I'm closing out my first 12 months and $100,000 in profit, I don't want to be in the workshop anymore after that.
Oh, for
I
sure,
want to
yeah.
focus on content. I'll pay somebody else a
That's right.
fraction
That's what I
of
want.
that.
What could happen?
I would love to just
That
post
would for
content.
me. That would be phase 2 is build out the employee workshop.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is a prime example where you're at right now. This is something that could happen. Obviously you'd have to find the right people and the right money, whatever. But somebody could say, "Hey, this is the deal. I like what you're doing. I see the potential. I'll give you $250,000 for X of the business.
Right.
We're going to use that to then build this shop and hire some employees and whatever.
Right.
You're not going to have to do it anymore.
Right.
Like you just now you're on the creative side.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to think of the new ancillary products. You're doing the prototypes. You're like figuring out the new stuff.
Create content.
You're doing the fun stuff, right?
Right. That
You're
would
not-
be fun. Yeah.
You're not the one that's in there vacuuming up shavings, right? You got somebody else that does that.
Right.
Because you brought them in and scaled the way you did. Now your cut of the deal is say $400K a year versus whatever you're currently doing. So you give up a portion of the business, but if you have the right people, that's the key.
Right.
You have the right person or people, you make way more and you do way less.
Right. Yeah, the goal is to build a sellable company, like a company that runs itself. And so my next goal right now is basically I'm not going to stop working as hard as I can until the company can grow itself without me.
Yeah.
Well, there's your exit strategy, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that
That is your exit strategy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
100%. Like, I love the business. Like, I hate there's no IP attached to it, but there's no doubt you're not just crushing this game. You're not the only guy in this space. You're just doing it better.
That's correct.
I kind of think of him as Yeti. There's been coolers forever,
Oh, for sure.
right?
Right.
But Yeti did it better.
That's right.
They did it different, a little bit different, and a little bit better. And they also, so you think about Yeti when it first came out, like the very first
We
coolers.
all bought them.
There was like 3 versions of a cooler, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And that's where you're at now. You're
45, 65, 120.
you're in the you had like the roadie, the whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
You're in that stage right now.
Right.
Where Yeti went is they're like, no, we're gonna make backpacks, we're gonna make cups, we're gonna make this, we're gonna make that, and there's all these ancillary products now that are attached to that business that they originally started.
When we end the podcast shortly, we're going to let him demonstrate. He actually brought one of his boxes today to the podcast, Kyle. So we're going to have him demonstrate it to us at the end of the show, and so the YouTubers can see exactly what it is and where to go to.
Yeah, if you want to see that, if you're listening to the podcast, you want to see this actual box, and go over to the YouTube channel, SouthCack Syndicate Podcast, and you can see this firsthand.
So, any other ideas going around that head of yours? Or we just focus on Paganizer.com?
We're blowing his mind up.
Right now, we're just focused on Paganizer.
He's like, really? Come on now.
Paganizer and TikTok.
How about bourbonbox.com?
All right.
I think there's already
Somebody behind me grabbed that domain.
I think there's a bourbon box, but it's like a mail order.
Oh, no, I want a place to stash my bourbon where nobody knows about it.
Me
We
too.
just slide a key fob over it, it pops open.
There's not any of those.
No, there's not.
But
You need to be the first.
But you could build this box, right? We're just going to change the depth of the box.
That's it. Yeah, just changed it. So that's actually a lot of my prototypes is just the depth.
Do we own the IP to that?
This one, I shrunk the depth down as far as I could to where I can still fit all the mechanical stuff inside of it and still fit a full-size pistol.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to be shrunk to the wall as much as possible to where it just looked like a coat hanger with a family
Let
name
me just
on
grab the box right quick. And I want to be able to show this off.
Well, we can, but I was going to pull the camera off. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, let me just grab the box.
All right.
it. This guy goes
Stay tuned. Jared's going to model it. All right, Vanna.
No, I'm
Miss Vanna.
You'll still need to use your microphone. So give us a walkthrough of the box itself. And this is not normal for the podcast, but this is such a unique
Are these HID? Is that what that is?
RFID. No.
RFID.
Yep,
Yeah,
RFID.
RFID.
They're RFID.
So,
But the gym is HID, right? Like if you go to the gym.
I don't go to the
I
gym.
think they're about
Does
the
it
same
look
thing.
like I go to the gym?
Yes, you do. You're a stud. If you want to see Jared, go to YouTube.
Yeah, God.
Jared Ketterman Music.
Oh, God. You can be one of those?
That was before he cut his hair.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, give us a walkthrough of the box here.
all right, so this is it. So the front of the box you can customize to pretty much anything you want. Right now, it's got my my logo on it, but you basically take a card and you scan it on the front,
Let me see that card real quick.
and it pops open.
It's
And
crazy.
so other people, what they do is they have a piece of foam on the inside, a casing foam, and it's layered, and you cut out the profile of your guns. But the problem with it is over time you're pulling your guns in and out. Like if you use it every day, like you have a concealed carry gun or whatnot, and you use it every day, that foam is just going to start wearing
Tears
out.
it
And,
up.
yeah, it's not doing the greatest. And so
Hold on. Let's see,
we
if,
did.
Sweet.
let's see if mine works.
So we did the peg design instead of the casing foam. Nah, it's not working.
Yours is in the wallet.
You can put them in a wallet. As long as you don't have
I've got mine in
RFID.
my wallet.
Well, yours
go ahead.
isn't programmed to that.
I know, but does it give you like a fail beep?
Nope.
It will. If it reads one, it'll beep beep beep.
Sweet, man.
You can actually you can turn the sound off too.
So nobody knows you're getting in your box.
Getting in your box, yeah. That,
That's important.
yeah, that one. It scares me though if I ever turn the sound off and then open it up.
That's your county badge.
Same thing as this, though. It's the same.
It's
Anyway,
not. It's
go ahead.
programmed different.
Apparently it is.
So is this, would you call this small, medium, large?
So this is the only size we have.
Okay.
But and it's just to keep everything super simple with the design part of it, because the design part of it is such a big thing. My problem was I used to have different sizes, but the proportions were different. So if someone asked for, a specific design on something, and I spent all this time designing it real quick, showed it to them, and they're like, oh, I want to go on a bigger box. Then I'd have to redesign it to get the proportions right. And so basically that was one of the things that we just cut out. Like, it was a problem, so we eliminated it.
Good for you, because people will get stuck in that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So real quick, because
Sweet.
we're getting close to the end here, talk about some of the key features that yours has that most don't. I know we talked about the pulls and...
Okay, so mine has the pegs. It's CNC'd, so everything's just precise and perfect. The pegs is what arranges your guns, organizes your guns with pegs, the pegonizer. But it also has a magnet on top, and it's like a 55-pound rubber-coated gun mount. And so that holds, pretty much any pistol as long as it's metal. And and then the pegs on the left and right, that is if you don't want to use your RFID card, if you just don't trust electronics for whatever reason, then you can pull the peg, and it's a manual option. So you just take your RFID reader out. You can have it up on your wall, walk by it, pull the peg, and it opens up, and you can grab your guns out super quick. Then the other thing is, of course, this coat hanger just to disguise what it actually is, since it's holding your guns. You did a great job. And
I am for hire.
And then so the one thing that I did that no other company has ever done is I designed a way to, if you lose your keys, you can get back into it. It's a little difficult, but it should be. You shouldn't lose your keys.
But we're not going to give that.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't
demonstration.
talk about it.
We're not going to give that demonstration here.
But
today.
you can.
But you can get into the box.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And so that's one of the key features. I had someone on Christmas morning open up a prototype, and they couldn't get into it. So I learned a lot from that experience, and I was like, sorry about that. I was like, I'm just going to send you a whole new box, but give me a couple of days, and I'm going to figure something else out. And that's when we figured out how to do the hidden bolt to get into your box, and then the manual option. So that way, if you don't want to use the RFID reader, I'm trying to just capture every customer that I can, because I get a lot of comments like on TikTok videos and stuff. They're like, oh, what if this happens? And I'm over here like, oh yeah, we've actually already figured that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the great spot that he's in as a young company is you're communicating with the owner and designer of the product.
It's the HueWare.
And it means something.
It's the HueWare.
It is the HueWare model.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely try to make it to where they're tied into me because they see me on the videos, and I try to make it super personal to where they're watching me, and if they email me, they're like, okay, I'm talking to this guy.
Yeah.
He's got 90,000 followers. I'm talking to this guy, and he's going to make me a box.
I'll tell you what, that means a lot.
I dig it. Maybe I'm just going to be the face of SouthCack for a minute.
You need to.
Yeah.
Can't stand.
I don't see why not. Personal brand is the most valuable thing you can have right now, and it goes back to the conversation we had earlier, going to YouTube. Personal brand is the most powerful thing you can have. So,
right.
If you do something on YouTube that's not just focused around there, and you build a personal brand, hey, 10 years down the road, when you're like, this company's doing great, but I want to start this other company.
Right.
Think about how easy it is.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, for sure.
This has been a great episode, man. Thank you for giving us some of your time here.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you having me out here.
So thank you, Kyle, for
do we get a portion of all the sales from
being here? When he signed the waiver,
well,
we took 10%.
Listen, I got a bunch of ideas. So as soon as we get off here, we're going to sign NDAs. And
oh God, here we go again. It seems like we've done 3 podcasts we signed paperwork with. We got an idea. That's all right.
When I take airplane mode off my phone, we'll see how many times it cha-chings.
Okay,
that'd be awesome.
Let's
Should we
do
do
this
it right now.
No, this is what we're going to do. If you're watching and listening, we're actually going to do it. We're going to record it, but we're not going to post it here. Maybe we'll post it on the if it's pretty glorious, we'll post it on the Instagram page.
That sounds good. And if you put your order in, do you have a discount code?
Not right now.
Great.
You save 10.
You're going to pay full price.
Well, they're on sale they're $100 off right now because I'm 10 weeks out.
Look, so if you order today, they're $100 off.
Yeah, and then you get
just
an
mention
additional
SouthCack Syndicate Podcast, and you get $100 off right off the bat for right now only.
Right, and if you give me your email, you get another $10 off. So
Bam.
That's a plus.
Dylan Herring with Pegonizer.com, DBA, Hidden Defense.
HiddenDefenseLLC.com also, you said?
I bought a bunch when I first opened it up, and I stuck with the one that I advertised was Paganizer. But I think I have HiddenDefenseLLC.com.
That's awesome. Well, Dylan, thank you for your time today, man. We appreciate it. This has been one of the most magnificent side hustle success stories ever told here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big deal, man. Congratulations on the win. We're looking forward to seeing what's coming from you next.
Yeah, I want to have you back.
Oh, for sure.
Let's say 10, 12 months from now.
Okay.
We'll make it a year from now and see where the numbers are.
I really love
Let me go through one Christmas.
And how our percentages are panning out and by end. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of SouthCack Syndicate Podcast. We'll see you next week.